Hello, hello. Welcome to my new studio. Yeah, I thought I had it set right, but I guess not. Almost, almost flawless. Almost. Too bad temperature out there today. 33 degrees. Moved everything that out of my bedroom into my living room here because it's too cold in those rooms. So it's like having a huge master bedroom here. Two TVs. I wish I'd have set this up for football season instead of waiting until now. But I had my living room furniture. I donated it. They came and picked it up a couple days ago. But I really shouldn't have been lifting anything like that because I can feel it. I can definitely feel that in my back. Oh, yeah. Put down a little bit. So I decided to set up a new studio here, inspired by the professor. After watching him for last few years on his command center from his bed, that was yeah, used to seeing him out there on that. I even slept better last night for some reason. I don't know why, but here we go. So let me guess. It's uh, got to be at least 80 in Butuan. This would have been great football season. I could have had two channels on at the same time and watch this. I expect to be out of here in I'd like to take minimum of 2 months, hopefully. So how are all the lurkers doing there in the background? A lot more comfortable seat here. When I got up this morning though, oh man, my back felt like jello. You don't think those little things are going to bother you, but when you have sciatica, it you know it. Mr. David, from point to your sign. There you go.
From America.
Tuesday nights, 5:30.
Try. Tuesday nights, 5:30 live.
That's it.
Warms up, we'll move to 6, then 6:30, then 7.
Oh yeah, well,
Look.
it was nice you having a co-host there.
Yeah, we used to do that quite a bit a couple of years ago when we first started. So
Yeah.
just kind of getting back into the swing of it, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she'll be joining more and more, but we used to kind of do those quite a bit.
Yeah, I like that. I like the only thing about the pizza one is I saw some cameras from that. There's a YouTube channel where I get a lot of good tips on photography and cameras. And one of them's Gemini Connect. Another guy's Great Day for a Hike or something like that. But her and her husband, or I think her husband's, I don't know, Middle Eastern. I mean, Middle European, Eastern European. She's by Korean American. But they had some cameras there they had set up because they had done some cooking videos, and these cameras were like, I don't know if they were $800 a piece or something. They were expensive,
Yeah.
but they had them positioned such that you could watch everything, you know. And then when they put the video together, they only made the aerial shot when they needed to explain what they were doing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. One thing we've learned is a couple things. When you do a live stream like we did,
mm,
um, the computer camera isn't the right camera. So I
well,
like doing it on the with a what do you call these? A camera, a computer camera. But
mm,
that one didn't have, we were too far away, so it wouldn't focus on us. It was kind of hazy and blurry. But you're right. If you're going to do, here's two things we've learned. If you're going to do a live stream that has multiple cameras, then you
mm,
got to go to an upgraded version of StreamYard, and then you can actually bring in multiple cameras. But if you want to just do a video production, yeah,
okay.
you can do a overhead camera if you set it up, and then a couple other cameras. And I've done a tiny bit of that, but it takes so much work.
Oh yeah.
And then, and I've done a little bit of experimenting with that, and in the early days, we did a little bit of that, and we need to get back to that. Yeah,
I have yet to do any editing because that's too much baloney for me.
I do a lot
Uh,
of editing.
I just I haven't even added a end thing like you know, as I watch other channels, you know it's the end when they got their little thanks for watching thing come on. So it's kind of hard to segue out of it. I mean,
Yeah,
without going, what the hell happened, you know?
well, I've
But
done
I,
a lot of videos where I've done a whole heavy amount of editing, and
mm,
it's easier, like you said, to do the ones where you sit in front of a camera and you talk and you do a product thing. That's why I've
yeah,
done things with a camera overhead my hands, unboxing, like the
mm.
watches and things.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
can get.
it's less editing.
Did you get your firmware updates on the GoPro you got? Because I'm sure there's a ton of them.
I did. I do.
Okay, because that's what's nice about these things is you know, to upgrade it to make it look better. There's always an improvement, and if they have a you know if people have issues with them, they can put a firmware update and you're up to speed. Whereas if you buy a regular camera, like I got one, I've never used a Canon DSLR, and what you got is what you got. You
Yeah.
know,
No. You're right. You're right. Yeah,
it's
we've
not
had
cheap.
GoPros and we have the nice Canon DSLR that works beautiful, especially for outdoor photography. Those
Yeah,
right were great for that. But actually, believe it or not, the iPhones work really, really well for
well,
camera.
they do too, but
Yeah, and
they have
they're
limitations. You know, I've gotten into what I've gotten into, and I'm too far into it just to.
yeah.
Besides, the phones won't last as long as the GoPro camera will.
Oh, I disagree. I go the other. I get more time out of my phones than I do a camera.
If you use that camera every day like that, that phone, you
Yeah.
know that phone's going to be obsolete, or you can't upgrade it. I don't think. I don't think you can do a
Well,
firmware upgrade.
I've had this one 4 years, and I just used it the other day for a video. I mean, I use it
Ah,
so, but my desktop camera, maybe that's what I was looking for. I got to get a better quality desktop camera so that when we do videos, cooking videos at a distance, it's a better view. But
I
yeah,
watched I watched this guy. Oh shoot, man, I forgot my, what do you call it? No, I don't need that. I watched this. Do you hear me?
yeah,
I watched this guy photography channel. I forget his. I think it's something through the lens. Dude,
mhm,
he lives in Toronto, and he's a big Canon guy. He's gone up different cameras, but he said that the best for the DSLR, which is a use it for photos and for live streaming or
yeah,
videos.
yeah,
But he said that that camera, that particular, I got a T7, and he said that particular camera is best for still photos because when it comes to videoing, it sucks.
yeah. We have the T7i, so we have the very same.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't have. I don't think I have the eye. God, I think the eye made it what that you could do it off of uh, Wi-Fi and all that, Bluetooth.
Yeah, yeah. It can
Yeah,
link directly to the internet.
yeah. I got a T7. I don't even know what I can do with it because I bought a. I got the owner's manual. Plus, I bought a book, one of the books yeah, for dummies, learning cameras or whatever. And I never. I might read that on the plane next time for something to do.
We
But
we taken some really good nature shots with it, but that's what I like the Canon for.
hmm,
I know people that actually live stream with them, but I actually just like to take, I'll tell you one thing I don't like about it is the door. I don't like the door on it.
you
So,
know, I bought this blindly, and I'm thinking it's got a mount for a speaker. There is no external. There's no way to put an external on there. You got to use the one in the camera. I didn't even know that. Maybe with yours you don't, but with mine, I bought a bunch of Rode mics, the
well,
nice ones.
mine has a place. Yeah, I think mine does. Where because we have an
Yeah, yours
external.
does. Yeah, mine doesn't. I
Yeah,
haven't used it yet, but I got all kinds of lenses for it.
yeah, we bought a whole kit.
Telescopic.
Yeah, yeah, we bought a whole kit with ours.
Yeah, I thought I was. I bought that. Let me see. When I first had my surgery, and I had it in March of 2020, and I had nothing to do with my day. I mean, I was uh, watching YouTube. I didn't have a channel back then, so I thought, well, what can I do sitting around like this? So I went and bought that, thinking because it had a cold shoe mount on top, and I thought, well, okay, I'll get some Rode microphones. I got all kinds. I got boy, I think I got about four or five.
Yeah,
Uh,
with this one, what I remember is if you want to use a different mic, you can put the external mic up here, but you have to Bluetooth it, the
yeah,
external mic to bypass the in-house mic.
mine. There, I don't have options. You can't do it. You can't do any of that. But
But
with the eye, you can.
I need to take mine out more and take it with me when I travel and just take nice pictures.
I sh- I should have waited for the eye. But what I think I'm going to do with
Eh,
my wife's got an uncle that he lives down in Manila, and he built his business, photography business, from the ground up. But maybe I'll take family photographs or
yeah,
portrait type deals.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know how you. I don't know if you got a SIM card. I don't even remember how that thing worked.
It does.
I I,
Just
I
take,
haven't used it, but
yeah.
I'm going to use it when I get there because when I build a house, I'll be doing
Well,
videos of.
our problem is we bought this to take this with us when we travel a lot because we travel a lot over the years. But here's the problem we found. is when you take a really nice camera system with you traveling,
Mhm.
you got to be very careful that one, it doesn't get stolen. Uh, it,
Bulky,
it's not as right. It's bulky and intrusive. So
heavy.
taking, taking our iPhones and just cleaning them,
Well,
getting all the memory clean. When we go on cruises, we use iPhones and my little GoPro, and we don't take the fancy cameras anymore
you
because it's risky.
they have bigger gimbals for those cameras like the Mark III. You know, I
Yeah,
heard that's a Sony. Says Sony
yeah.
ZY something or other is supposed to be like the cat's meow, and they make, but they're big. You know, I a lot of these videos I watch on car commentary shows from the Philippines too. These guys got these monster things. They make that camera float just like the GoPro floats on a.
No,
You know,
and that works great, but it just it doesn't. I seem to like using the iPhone. It's quicker, easier, and I can transfer. I don't know. The only bad thing about using the iPhone is
hey,
how you transfer the documents to your desktop.
there there
You know,
just is there's just I just can't see it for a phone. I mean, you're spending all the money you do for that thing, and 5 years it's out of,
I don't
it's.
know. I keep mine for about 5 or 6 years. I just don't have it.
I just if I get it stolen, there goes my deal. I don't know. I just prefer. I guess part of it would be learning.
Yeah,
How,
this is one of the greatest things I've ever bought. This
different things.
SD card reader. It takes every SD card there is,
I
and it has a USB port. These are
my son got one for me just like that, and I said, "Well, how does it work?" He goes, "I don't know." I said, "Why'd you buy it then?"
no, they're great, man. Just plug it into an SD or a USB, and this
Yeah.
will take all the different sizes of SD cards, a micro, all the different
How
holders. Oops, sorry.
how much can you put on that thing?
No. This doesn't have a memory in it. It's just it's like remember back in the old days when they had 8-track tapes, and then they went to
Yeah.
cassettes, and they made
Yeah.
those 8-track tapes that you could put a cassette tape in it. Same
Mhm.
thing. This doesn't hold memory. It just allows you to put anything in it and you take it directly to your computer.
So what do you got? What do you mean directly from what? Your phone?
Well, no, it's like here. Let's see. I got an SD card right here. I was working on. Let me find it. So, right here. So, like, here's a little micro SD card.
Yeah.
So you just put it in like this.
Yeah, I know the little one. I know the micros can they go on a regular what do you call it?
And then if you got the bigger version, it goes in here. The medium size goes there.
Uh,
The
it's
really
like
old school ones, see how big
yeah,
that is? So if you
yeah.
got data from 10 years ago, you
Hmm.
can get it off by using the larger input. It's all it is, just
They
different size.
have I got the micro. I bought a couple of them recently, and I didn't know how they work, but they slide them right into the regular size SD card.
That's right. They're an
Yeah.
adapter, and that's what I mean. So
Okay.
you can put the regular size ones in here that has
Okay.
it in memory, or put
Yeah.
the really big ones from 15 years ago in here.
Uh huh.
All it does is gives you all the options that's out there.
So
And
you
not
can, if you put in your SD card into that, where do you transfer that to?
my computer,
Oh, okay.
my desktop.
Okay, so you can make a file or something.
Yeah, all you're doing
I
is transferring files.
Yeah, I have yet to do that because I don't know hardly dick about these computers and uh,
Because I don't make
hey,
videos on my phone. I transfer everything to my desktop and I work off of my desktop.
hey Christian. Well, I hope to be learning that someday. I was going to go over there by Christian there, but I haven't gotten any
And
the
that was
funds
my
for it.
problem in the Philippines when we got killed by the
Mm.
Typhoon, we had no power. We had cell phone a little bit, but I don't upload from my phones. So I wasn't able to do any YouTubing for almost 6 months.
Oh, jeez.
I do everything on a desktop. But that's where I have video editing software,
Yeah,
some other stuff. So I keep
I,
everything.
I, I took mine. I'm gonna matter of fact, matter of fact, Bob Vila has a video out on how
Bob,
to just. Bob Vila put a video out on how to uh, destruct a hard drive.
Bob Vila.
Bob Vila. You
The
don't
hell
know who that is, man? That's a home improvement guy. He did
there is
Sears commercial. He did Sears commercials for a while.
years, and then he had his
He
own
was
show.
on. Yeah, he was on
This old
P, on,
house,
pub,
buddy.
on, on This Old House. He was on PBS
Yeah,
public television. Yeah.
I had no clue he knew anything about technology.
Okay, well, I should have. Well,
I
I
mean,
assumed. I assumed you being a professor and all that you knew that kind of thing.
oh, I knew him. I didn't know that he had a clue about technology.
Yeah, well, when I googled it one day, and it comes up, and it was. I didn't watch it. I just, well, who's got one out? And in my surprise,
Bob
it
Vila.
was him. Yeah,
What was the other guy's name? Norm Abrams. He
yeah.
was.
Norm Abrams used to have New Yankee Workshop. I think I think his last year on that show on This Old House is this season or last season.
Yeah, I
So
like the guy that did the This Old House. That old guy. I liked how he spoke. He was calm and
yeah,
yeah,
that's all those dudes, man.
yeah, they're
I
all together.
mean,
But he kind of ran it in the end.
they got one. Yeah, I don't. I used to watch when I first got my Samsung TV here. It's got all these free channels on it,
Yeah,
and that's amazing. I mean, I don't have cable anymore. I just have internet, but I could watch. I watched from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. I watched all these episodes.
yeah. You really don't need cable television anymore. I mean, we have direct streaming, but we don't.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna have to try to figure out about when I'm in the Philippines. How can I stream the NFL games? You
that
know.
was a bitch. All I was able to do because that's one thing I really missed was one.
CBS could do it. I mean, you could do it for CBS, but I don't
Yeah,
know
you
about.
can pay a streaming service, but what I did is just watched the YouTube hacks until
Yeah,
it turned off, and then I switched over to the other YouTube that had it on, and I would just because what I found was that YouTubers were showing the games, and then
uh,
YouTube would catch up to it and turn it off, and then it would just pop back up on another YouTube channel, and you just watch it until the government
well,
took it away again.
what I was doing was watching. You can watch about an hour after the game. I think an hour, half hour. You can
The
watch the highlights from the yeah. So if your team loses, what's the point
Yeah,
in watching, getting frustrated? But for me, it would be watching it at probably what is that, 4 in the morning or 2 in the morning?
ah, you know.
Christian said hello here. So
Hey, Christian, how are you, my friend? What's happening in your world?
cold, just like here.
Cold here too.
But today was yesterday we had some snow. It was more on the borderline between the rain, freezing rain, and snow. And the sun was out today, so it melted it.
Yeah, we had really nice weather yesterday. Today's shitty weather again, but hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better. Our big black tie event's tomorrow night, so hopefully it won't be too bad.
Oh yeah,
You know, but
the Fricos here.
hello,
Yo,
hello.
how are you?
Yeah, man,
Well,
good.
good. Hang on, I'll be right back, guys.
Got I got my new studio here, inspired by the professor.
What's that, the
Uh,
closet?
no, not a closet. My living room. I got all my bedroom stuff in it.
Oh, really?
I donated my living room furniture, and the guys that picked it up, they didn't. These dudes didn't like white people, man.
Really?
All they asked me was what's going, and that's it. There's no icon, nothing. I'm like, oh boy. At
What'd you
least I
get?
got rid.
Just a couch or what?
No, I got the two love seats and the power chair I had with it had a USB plug on the side
No kid.
and kitchen
Who's it
table.
going to?
Let's
Just
go to
donating it?
Let's go to Vincent de Paul. Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
nice.
So I moved everything in here because my bedroom's draftier than heck. So man, I wish I'd have done this before football season started
You get a
because
little echo in there since it's a little empty now.
no, it ain't empty in this room. This room's full of stuff. My TVs.
Okay.
So the one in the corner, I haven't figured out the alarm on the new one, but I'll use this one before about an hour before I go to bed because I got a timer on it. And then I could have watched two football games at once this past season.
Oh, so this is your bedroom here.
No, it's yeah, my living room is now my bedroom.
Oh,
So that's my I got my suitcase today, brand new.
brand new suitcase, huh?
Yeah, I got it from on Amazon from a Swiss brand name Swiss.
Does it meet all the measurement requirements and stuff?
Yeah. Matter of fact, it does. So I left my other one in the Philippines, but now I have a lot more things to bring back with me. So
You could have made a lot of bank if you would have brought some stinky fish back with you and all those empty suitcases. You know that.
yeah, I could have made a big stink, huh? Made the news and all that. They'd have had me in jail, I'm sure.
Well, the funny thing is Dorian is out loud in some airports and a lot of hotels.
Gloria.
Yeah, the Dorian.
Mother went to the hospital today, huh? Fell on the ice. I know how that feels. I've experienced that operation for what?
Neck fracture.
Femoral neck fracture. Ouch.
What happened with my neck is I had a disc kind of slipped a little bit because every time I turned my head, it would crack. You hear that snapping, So,
Viking, I hope she's okay, buddy.
dude, I'm telling you, man. When I fell and hit my head, I had never experienced anything that hard in my life without knocking myself out because I couldn't catch my breath for one.
Sure,
And
when they were in there, Tony, they didn't use a turkey baster and draw out some of the brain
yeah,
cells they used to
they
have.
should have. They should have, man.
Uh-oh. So,
What's up?
yeah, Google translated it bad.
Ah.
Not neck.
Well, when I hit that ice, luckily me, my spine, right where I fell, the ice was mounted up. So when I finally caught my breath and got up, I had a concussion. I went to the hospital 2 weeks later because I didn't want to miss work. So
She must have hit her.
That might be hip or pelvis, probably.
yeah, when you get older like that, man, you just you don't jump up right away because you got to check and make sure everything's still working. So when I did mine, I worked with a concussion, man. I didn't miss a day of work. I don't know if anybody else here that could do that. I was driven by saving up for my retirement.
I see your picture in your bus uniform there with your '70s hair.
Yeah,
How long ago was that? How many years ago was that?
The date was right on the picture. It was 2011.
That's 2011. So
Yeah, those are my Those are my Packer plates. They're
You're
13.
We were 49 years old.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well,
13 rings? 13? What? Championships?
Yeah, championships.
Before Super Bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that with Bart Starr and all that? Vince Lombardi?
Yeah. Well, before that, I mean, they won them in the 30s, 40s.
Oh, okay.
Then the 50s, they didn't win shit. Vince Lombardi came.
That was your Honda Civic back then. Is
Yeah,
that the one you gave away.
That's the one. That's the one my son has. Yeah. Yep. I just got rid of my Ford F-150 and I got that.
Yeah, it's all it
I
was
mean,
missing was the bell
it,
bottom
dude,
seams, man.
it was costing me $20 a week just for a quarter tank back then. What happened to her? She fell on her ass. It's on her ass.
But on the bone on his side, he probably means hip or pelvis.
That could be.
Uh,
Yeah, the thigh leg. So the femoral is the side of the bone.
If it's your hip there, you
femur is the big bone between your
Yeah,
hip and
well,
your knee.
the thermal artery is the one that runs on the outside. So that's probably what they mean is the outside of the bone.
I oh man,
But
I'm
either way,
glad
it
that's over.
sucks.
I'm glad that's over.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about slipping on any ice back in Butuan, Tony, once you get there.
No, I only got to
Uh,
remember to
unless
clean.
there's a broken ice machine that dumps it on the
No,
sidewalk.
my problem was I'm pretty conscious about keeping my toenails clipped, and this particular when I went over there, I hadn't done that, so a corner of that caught when I slipped on some mud. There was concrete sidewalk, or what they not sidewalk. I don't even know what that was. You know, they don't have sidewalks, and
Yeah.
uh, and that's what ripped up the nail off of the foot, off of the toe. So it took me. It's almost a year now. Well, yeah, a year, and it's almost back the way it should be. So that was an experience. If I would have had my toenails trimmed, I wouldn't have had that issue. But I noticed I slipped a couple times after that, and all these Filipinos be riding in that multicab, you know, and they start laughing at me because they know better, you know.
Yeah, I was always worried about busting my ankles. I got bad
Well,
ankles, but man, in the Philippines, man,
I kept trying to. My thing was I kept trying to film as I was walking, so I couldn't, you know. So that didn't work out too good.
Couldn't look down to see where you were walking, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
walking and
Well,
chewing gum.
I've walked in the mud before, but this is slicker mud over there, man. You know.
You never know what's in that mud.
Yeah, yeah. Could be a STD or something. Not STD, but yeah. So I thought I'd take my got my outdoor furniture chair I'm sitting on, and I got the computer on my bed here, and it's less drafty in here, so I just can't open up the blinds right now because unless I want to put on a show, I'm sure my
Yeah, sure.
neighbor,
Your neighbor's probably watching us.
you know,
Open the blinds. I'll say hello to her.
she's she's probably well the daughter too. You know, matter of fact, I was in the kitchen last week, and you, I told the mother last summer. I said, "Don't, do this shit." No, I said, "Would you like me looking in your daughter's window?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, then stop doing it to me." So I told her. I had a conversation with her about it.
You got to
So her,
stop.
her daughter, and her daughter's girlfriend. Uh, I can hear. I told her. I said, "I can hear you outside. Just because it's brick doesn't mean I can't hear you." I said, "I hear everything you're saying."
Sounds
You
like the
know.
start of a porno.
Yeah. So her daughter was out there the other day or last couple of weeks ago, and I hear her say stuff. Oh, he's this and that, and she goes, "Yeah, I know, but my mom says he's cute." I said,
Well, she's drunk.
that's enough of this shit because her boyfriend was looking at my window too. What I said, listen, whatever I do in my house is my business, regardless of what the hell it is. You, I'm telling, she kept denying it. I said, look, I know, okay, I'm not,
You need to get a very bright searchlight and put it right there, and then
well, if I was
quickly
gonna, if
open your blinds and turn it on.
yeah, like a runway light or something.
Right.
If I was gonna stay here, I would put cameras out, on the soffits out there. Yeah. Thigh leg. What was that, man? Oh, okay.
Well, Dennis,
Well, if you got a little booty, man, it'll help it'll help brace a fall. Me, I caught every bit. Matter of fact, when I was reaching in my pocket to light a cigarette, that's when I fell. Right after I lit it.
see, it's an omen.
So,
You shouldn't be
so,
smoking.
so after I fell, the first thing I thought of is, where's my cigarette? So after about 5 minutes, I was able to get some wind going again, breathing, and I got up and I picked it up and I continued on my way.
Hey, Dennis, how are you? Hey, yeah, one of the lessons I try to teach my kids, I said, never go down the stairs with your hands in your pocket. Why? Well, you'll find out.
You know what? It's easier to break your fall with an arm than it is with your face. I was in the factory and some of the cardboard boxes we had, they had that nylon tie on it. It's kind of like fused ultra. What is that when it glues two pieces of plastic? We had a machine like that.
It's a banding machine.
Yeah, well,
that band around it, right?
Yeah, we had a machine that would seal them, packaging sealer, make a sonic sealer, I think it was called, and that thing people would take the clip the band off of it, but sometimes it would still be on there because somebody would pull it out without clipping that thing off. And I was walking one day and it was right in the aisle and I went down like that. And I tripped on one of those things. My feet got caught up in it. So I didn't, I broke my fall because my arms, I didn't have my hands in my pockets. I was walking. She is what? Oh, fat. Oh. Yeah. There's something to be said for having a little girth, huh?
Yeah, especially if you're going to land on it.
Too bad I didn't have any girth on my skull, man, because
I thought most Norwegian women had a little extra cushioning during the winter months.
Hey, David, is your heat working? It looks like you're dressed up warmer than Tony is.
No, I'm still waiting on the part. It's a brand new house.
Oh,
Hey.
so you don't have heat. I was just joking. But
No,
you don't
no.
have heat yet. Oh.
No.
I'm right by my front door.
Now there's something wrong with the furnace, and apparently the part is still in China being made.
Fuck that, dude. You know what? Will you? Oh.
It's only one part in the world. There's no one part.
Yeah, and they just built the subdivision for crying out loud. So
they probably got the hugest Walmart.
See the problem with
what do you
the
call
problem?
Warehouse right around where you live, right?
The problem
part from China you can think.
Well, you know why? Because it's probably a discontinued item. Here's what builders do: they give you unless you specify differently, you get inventory windows. So you're going to get the cheapest of all that shit.
You get the furnaces and air conditioners that are like the last ones of production.
Yeah, you know what?
They're never going to make parts for them again.
I had one like that in a house I was at. They called me up today. They left a message about some kind of it must have been a recall on a part. And I bought that back in 2008. But the people that bought the house, they had an older furnace. It was one of those things there were no obtainable parts because they didn't make it anymore from Canada. And I thought, well, one winter I'm watching the Super Bowl and I go, freaking heat. My electric bill was high because it kept kicking on and off.
Yeah, right.
And it turns out, the guy came over and I said, well, I'll get the cash. Let's put a new one in there. And I got to thinking when he was talking to me, because the pipes outside were too low to the ground. So the icicles, didn't have that far to go. So it blocked what had happened. He didn't tell me this shit, but I could have easily went out there and not spent a couple grand because the ice blocked the vents.
Yeah.
The cold air and hot air. So
Right.
so I said, oh, that was why it did. I didn't even think to look at that.
I had that one winter. I had the furnace wouldn't kick on, and I thought I had a furnace problem. And I looked on the internet, and we had a good snow, right? And here the snow had blocked where it vents out on the roof.
Yep.
The snow was so high, and there's an automatic safety thing on your furnace for like carbon monoxide poisoning, that if that's blocked, it will not turn on. So that's why it wasn't turning on. So I just got out there and cleaned the snow away, and guess what? It worked fine.
That would have been bad news for the last one of the houses I had because I had a rental property next to me, so I got these freaky drifts on top of that roof.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just waiting on a part. It's only been a month. Or,
You're going to be waiting a couple more months by the time winter will be over.
Yeah.
See,
Is it a natural gas furnace?
Is it a natural?
It is.
Listen,
natural gas.
when I moved into one of my houses, it had a oil furnace, and at first, everybody's going because oil was 79 cents a gallon back then, and the one thing about oil, they make modern ones. They you don't get all that soot and shit. You got to maintain those things,
Right.
otherwise you got a problem. So I pissed off my ex-wife. I opened up the chimney thing, and I saw all this these soot, this soot. And I thought, well, I'll just go get the vacuum and suck this stuff up. I didn't realize how nasty. I destroyed that vacuum, man. Gee, the freaking $30 vacuum for Christ's sake. I mean, it ain't, buy another one. But with her, it was like everything, And, man,
David, is your fan working?
yeah, what's happening in our unit is
It's a heating element, probably.
yeah, it's short cycling, and so whatever that device is called that causes it to short cycle is the problem. The other problem they had is when they installed it, the settings was too high. So it was so powerful that it was sucking our air filter through the ductwork.
holy shit.
They had to turn that down and get it within parameters. And that-
Reminds me.
Well, what they do in the ones I've had is they have a wire running across from one end to the other, or they'll have a small bracket to keep that from happening. Because
That's
if you
supposed to happen.
if you have your filter in the wrong way, where you got that, by that I mean where you got that backside with the crosses on it, with the cardboard, if you got it turned the wrong way,
Yeah, it
it'll-
has an
it'll-
airflow arrow on there.
yeah, if you put that in there the wrong way, it'll
Like
bulk.
Sucking
Yeah,
a bowling ball through a garden hose.
yeah, it'll have a huge bulge on one side of it.
But it was set like, let's say it's supposed to be a 5. Ours was set at the base level to be a 15. So they had to come in and reprogram the computer chip and then order the part and some motor and I told the people, I said, look, I don't really give a crap what's wrong with it. I don't care if you got to replace the whole damn thing. It's under warranty. Just get it done and get it fixed correctly because it's all under warranty. It's a brand new house. So I don't really care what's wrong with it.
You'd be a candidate for this Contact 6 show we got from one of the local TV stations where consumers call up and complain about something, and then the TV station investigates it, and they get it correct.
But I don't care. It's under warranty. I don't care. And then what my point is, I actually know quite a bit about HVAC and air quality. But my point is, I don't care what's broken with it. It's brand new. It's under warranty. If you got to yank it out of my house and put another unit in,
How long is your warranty for on that?
1 year,
Well, it figures.
just a year. And that's my point. Let's get it fixed.
So you build a $300,000 house and you got a piece of shit furnace.
The part will take about 2 days more than that 1 year. So
Yeah.
That's it. And that's my push.
What's the brand name?
Carrier.
Oh, well, I wonder who makes them. There's usually a couple of
China.
Yeah.
China, of course.
Everything's made in China.
You made mistake.
So, but
I
then
would
again,
be like, David, you're a lot calmer than me, man. I'd have been like, look,
who am I
I
going to beat
paid
up?
I paid a couple $100,000 for this freaking house, and now I got a furnace that don't work.
But who am I going to beat up? I can't do anything about it.
So grab whoever comes over. You call up and bitch.
But what are you going to do? It doesn't get you anywhere. Am I going to
No, but it'll make me feel better.
Yeah, but it ain't going to get my heater fixed. My end goal is to get the heater fixed.
Oh yeah,
Not
you need the
piss
heat,
off the people
but
that bought out the company, that bought out the company, that bought out the damn company.
the guy, the amount of money you got to spend for that, and then they treat it as though it's the flat louvers on a freaking blinds or something.
Tony, that reminds me of about what 8-9 years ago. Was out in Oklahoma and I bought a brand new Mitsubishi SUV, right? And this dealership had free lifetime oil changes. So I'd go out there every summer, to see my kids. So about 2-3 years down the line, I was out there visiting the kids, and I happened to need, the oil change. So I figured, I'll just take it back to where I bought it, because I got free lifetime oil changes. So I go in there. You can probably know what's going to happen, right? It's like I said, I'm here to get my free oil change, and they looked at me like kind of funny. I was like, yeah, when I bought it here 3 years ago, I got lifetime oil change, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we're under different ownership now. And I said, so you mean you're not going to honor free lifetime? Well, I'm sorry, sir. That's not the policy of our dealership now. I'm like, what good's life? Because these guys, they're going to be changing owners, like your house, David. Whoever, even the finance corporations change hands, and the builders change hands. There's no accountability anymore. You can't go back on anybody.
My ex-wife had that with one of her cars, and she said that when she'd come there, because they only do it every 7,000. I like 3 no matter what. Fuck that 7. That ain't enough for me. But she said they'd look like, oh, this lady again when she'd come in, because they'd be free, but they take it around back, so you don't know if they're really doing it anyways.
Right.
But
the new synthetic stuff, you can still go 5 to 7.
I do 5.
Yeah, but that shit. I watched a few. I watched a few channels about synthetic oil too, and that's not such a great thing after all. That the way it lack of burning and.
Well, anything in the last like 8 to 10 years is all synthetic.
You don't believe that bullshit, man. Fuck, forget it. You know what? Engines throughout the history of time, diesels too, have run on conventional freaking oil, and you can get mega miles on them. So why would you want to? This whole synthetics. Synthetic isn't the best thing in the world for some things.
No, but I believe when you buy a new vehicle, you need to do what the manufacturer with it says and what's in it, and keep it going at least until you put 100,000 miles on it, and it's all out. Then you can screw with it.
They can't tell me that having 7,000 miles of conventional oil is okay. That's bullshit.
Oh man, we're saying cars back when we were
synthetic.
If I buy, well, I'm talking 7,000 period on conventional oil. If I buy a vehicle that costs $40,000, I'm going to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. I do old people that had old pickups that never changed the damn oil.
Well, you know why? Well, the problem with, if it isn't the miles, it's time. Because I just had an oil change in a Camry I got, and I only had 452 miles in the other change. But that's because I was gone last winter. I hardly ever drive it. I go out once or twice a week. It depends on whether I got an appointment, a doctor appointment, or something like that.
You know what, David? Those people, the only time it would get new oil in it is when it started leaking oil, and they would load a quart. And they just put a quart in, and it just keep going and going.
You hear people say, over the years, when the things get older, don't go in and clean that engine up, man. You might it might leak then because it's so built up with.
That's with transmissions, automatic transmissions. Like if it's got 80, 100,000, you don't want to go in and flush the transmission fluid because you might start having leaks that you never knew existed.
Anybody tell me about that? And I'm thinking to myself, this thing has got over 100 grand on it. and as soon as you start trying to do the right thing, there's always issues.
Yeah. I had about 25 years ago, I bought an older, it was like 12-year-old Mercedes. It was a diesel car.
Pardon me for a few minutes.
Yeah. And I found this very good mechanic, and he worked only on Mercedes. That's all he worked on. So I figured I'd take it to him. He knows what he's doing. And when I was looking to buy it, I took him to him and I said, "Hey, it has 200,000 miles on it." I said, "Is this thing worth buying?" And he said,
Yeah.
"Look at this right next door." He had this beautiful, like dark pine tree green, exact same model as mine. He said, "This one here has 450,000 miles on it," and it looked like it was right out of the showroom. He said, "This is my wife's car." I said, "Oh, well, your wife is married to a Mercedes mechanic. That's why you get good miles." He said, "No, you can get every bit, that amount of miles out of these." He said, "There's 2 times I've had to change one of these engines." And he said, both times it was because a woman brought it into me, and I pulled the dipstick out of it, and I could blow the dust off the dipstick, the oil dipstick, because these women never changed the oil, and it all leaked out, and the engine seized up. He said, "That's the only time I've ever replaced an engine in one of these cars." He said that is the best diesel engine Mercedes ever made. So I loved it. I think I had a third of a million miles when I got rid of it. I had 333,000, and I never did anything except change the oil in that car. That's all I did to it. It was
that's good.
incredible.
Well, there has to be something to the technology when these trucks can go millions and millions of miles.
Yeah, the semis that are on the road. Yeah.
So, I know there's the pollution issue, but there's something to the technology there that.
And I wish we could get, because you've seen in the Philippines and other places in the world, they have these small diesel pickups. Those small Toyotas.
Yep.
I'd love to have one of those here.
Yeah,
Just
I agree.
a basic small pickup that's a diesel, a 4-cylinder diesel.
Yeah, some of them are 2.5 and 3 cylinders, it seems.
And they say, "Oh, well, they don't meet the U.S. safety standards."
They don't.
No,
It's
because of the diesel too. They just don't want that many diesel vehicles on.
I got a friend that has a multi-cab dealership there, and man, they're the coolest little things I think in the world. And I told him,
love them, but
these
they
would be so fun
they
to
got to
have.
change those. They change them from right-hand drive to left-hand
That's correct.
drive,
And that's what they do.
scares me. Yeah.
Yeah, they do the whole full conversion. And I told them these things would be so fun in the U.S. They just wouldn't be legal here. You'd have to import them as farm equipment.
Right. Oh yeah, I'd love to have one of those. If I lived in the province there, I'd love to have one of those.
Well, we looked at buying a car before we came back, and we looked at the new Toyotas and a lot of different vehicles. And for the money, for $3,000 to $5,000 versus $20,000, you can get a brand new multi-cab redone.
Yeah, refurbished.
Refurbished.
See, I don't think they redo the engines and transmissions though. That's the thing.
No, what the people I knew did, they just went through them, made sure they ran well, they were not leaky, in good operating condition.
Yeah.
Gave them tune up basically is what they would do. So
yeah.
But I like them. I thought they were
Where
cool.
were they at? Where was your friend shop at?
Mandawi. Cebu.
Which was where? Cebu?
Cebu.
Yeah. What was the name of his dealer? Does he have an online thing? Or?
No. He also did converted Korean heavy equipment.
Wow.
It was part of their business as Korean heavy equipment.
Uh-huh.
He would take, or Japanese, wherever he got it from, or repurpose heavy equipment and stuff.
If I was going to get one, I would like to, if I was going to buy one I'd like to be there. And because I'd like to rebuild the engine, before I bought it, before I put it in.
I'm not sure.
I got a video.
Uh-oh.
It's Corley, huh?
Everybody say hi to the wife.
Who? Hello.
Hi.
What is wrong with this TV, man? Yeah, having a funeral for the cop that got killed the other day.
Lorelai bought a new curling iron.
Looked like it. It looked like she
No,
went to town.
I
She looked
couldn't
like she
tell.
got hair from the lion from the Wizard of Oz. The long hair.
David didn't show what he did with his hair. So
That's right.
he's got the hat on. He won't show it.
Little big pigtails or something. And besides, Dave, when you talk about it, manufacturers, what manufacturer is going to give you the best advice for anything? Because they want you to buy another one.
None of them.
See?
Oh, so you need to hear that twice before.
I don't read instructions. Who cares?
Lorelai didn't read the instructions on her new thingamajiggy, but she made a video. I'll post it soon. So,
She made a video talking to herself.
well, yeah. Don't
Yeah,
we all-
we had some bad winds too, Kristen.
Hey, Murphy's Law says you never do it right the first time. You
That's
never
right.
do it right the first time.
Never do it
No,
right.
only like
Yeah, no, it's good.
What is it here?
That's good.
I don't know what I got Denver. I got a Denver server going on, so we're at 33. It's 33 here, apparently.
Are you ready? All right, guys, I gotta go. We gotta go to Walmart, and
No.
Lorelai's gotta
I'm
get.
taking my date.
Oh yeah.
It's,
What are you gonna do with your date?
we gotta go to
Buy a
Walmart.
Walmart rotisserie chicken and have a meal.
We gotta get beauty supplies for tomorrow.
I went to the Walmart by Bud, but we went in there to buy beer like every day.
yeah, Super Bowl is coming.
12 pack, 18.
We're not buying party supplies. We're buying beauty supplies for our big
For-
Valentine's Day party.
Tomorrow.
Oh, for the big to do, huh?
Yeah, we got to get dressed up tomorrow, so we got to go buy some.
Is that why you got your curling iron here?
Yeah. I don't know if it gonna work.
David,
or not.
yeah, you can use those on short hairs too.
Yeah, it did a good
All
job.
right,
I can see, David.
What's that?
I said I could see when you took your hat off. It did a good job. Your curling
Yeah.
iron.
He pulled it right out. Made
You
it
seared them
really
like a ranch mark,
nice. So,
like a cattle thing, you know.
Yeah, branded him.
Yeah, you got branded.
we will see you guys Tuesday, and I'll have some pictures of our Saturday night event Tuesday night.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see how
Okay.
funny we look.
I just got to remember it. That's all I got to do.
Don't wear out the old ticker there, man.
All right, guys, take care. We'll
All
see
right.
you.
All right, David. Thanks for coming.
Take
See you
care.
next week, 5:30 Tuesday.
Yeah. You got to send me a message, all right, before that to remind me.
Who, me?
Yeah, like you'll remember.
Sure, yeah, that's why I said who, me.
Like the blind leading
You're
the
asking-
blind.
You're asking the wrong guy for. You know, I'd like it if I like it when you go up north here or something, and well, remind me when we get there after an 8-hour trip in the car. Who that?
I remember all the old folks used to say that to each other. Oh, remind me, back before alarm clocks and,
My mom called me up.
alarms on watches or anything.
I was thinking of calling her up the other day, and she called me, and I was eating, so I had to get her off the phone because if I don't,
Your food will go cold.
what's that? Yeah, that's the
You don't get-
excuse I gave.
Yeah.
That's the excuse I gave her.
Well, I called mine the other night, and she said, "Well, I had a predicament." I said, "What happened?" She said, "Well, I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you." I said, "What?"
Uh-oh.
She said, "Well, the other night, my lower gum was bothering me when I went to bed, so I took my bottom teeth out and I just laid them beside me on the bed. Well, in the morning when she woke up, she was forgotten she had put her teeth on, and she shaked her bed sheets, straighten them
Oh,
up. And
gee.
her teeth went flying somewhere
She
behind
broke-
the bedboard against the wall. on
Did
the
she
floor.
break them?
No, but she couldn't
Okay.
get to them. She couldn't get to them because they were under her bed. The bedboard's up, the headboard's against the wall, and they were up
Yeah.
there, and she couldn't crawl under. So I said, "Well,
Oh.
I'll be down Saturday, and I'll get it." But my niece and her son stopped by. It's
I
her
told-
granddaughter, so So they crawled under there and got her teeth or lower.
Yeah, you gotta drop them in the glass though and clean them then.
That's what I told her. I said, just put them in a glass. She said, well, I don't always take them out at night. Just that one night, the gum was bothering her. So.
Hey, I find that if you you break routine, shit happens, you know. So
Oh, yeah. I hate setting stuff down. You know, I usually try to set it at the same spot in the house because it's always there. But then when I put something at a different spot, and then I'm looking all over. Can't remember where I set it. You know.
Yep, that's me.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I used to do my 3 times a day with the apple cider vinegar, and then lately I haven't done that, maybe twice.
Yeah, I've been doing that at least like 2 times every day.
Oh, yeah,
Mostly 3.
I used to do it 3, but I used to take it before I take my medicines and then after, and now I take it about 2 or 3 hours after I wake up.
I had my yearly physical last week, or earlier this week on the 7th.
You got the finger up the ass?
No, this guy doesn't do it. He's young. He's old enough to be my son.
Check your prostate.
No, they just look at the blood results now. You know that PSA.
I got
thing.
the panel. Yeah.
And no, he don't. Now the old timer, my old doctor, he's since retired. He used to do the finger thing. You know. At the end, I had to request it. I was like, "Hey, doc, I know. I mean, I don't enjoy this. Just don't leave your watch up there this time, you know." But you know, don't leave your nice Rolex in there this time.
Yeah. Smelling like shit.
So I had the blood work done, and my cholesterol. Well, I take a statin, right? So my cholesterol's 150. So that's all right. My blood pressure was like 130 over 80. So
I told
that's high for me, but you know.
What's your blood pressure?
130 over 80.
That's normal. It's considered normal.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the upper limit to normal, but that's high for me.
It's normal. It's normal, but it's like hypertension or some shit like that.
On the upper edges of normal. Yeah. But
yeah. So the guy that I got doing last time he did my colonoscopy, I went in there for the upper, you know, GI, and he, I said, hey, you're not going to do both of them? He said, nah, I think my next one is due actually when I'm 63. And he says, no, besides last time you only had a couple polyps. I'm thinking that was last time.
Yeah, well, they don't do that. You know, they get paid individually. They, you know,
my regular
they charged per procedure.
My regular
they won't
doc
give you a double for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my regular. Well, my guy was cool. He goes, I said, by chance, I said, look, any chance you can do both of them to save me like my out of pocket? You know, like $700.
Yeah, like just do the throat one first, if you would, please.
Yeah. He says, oh yeah. He says that's cool. We ain't about making money off people like that, you know.
Yeah.
So, but my old guy, I used to see him. Only time I saw him, because he come in the room like he was out smoking a cigarette or some shit. He come in there, everything's ready.
Yeah, the nurses knock you out, and then he comes in and does.
Yeah, look, he would always come in and he'd say, "How you doing?" I'd shake his hand, and that was it.
That's all you remember.
Yeah, and one of them I had a few years back. I had a girlfriend, and she was a nurse, and I guess after they put a ton of air in you or some shit, but she could hear me fart and wait, you know.
Yeah.
And one lady was like, well, that's what we want them to do. She never told them she was a nurse, you know, and yeah, I understand that part, but it would still crack me up. You know?
Yeah.
When I was having that cyst removed, my brain pressure, and I heard the young man. I was too doped up or groggy to say anything back. But the lady said, she says, "Oh, we have to turn him around or something or other." They had to put me in a different room. So they had to put me on the bed. He goes, he's the guy. I hear this black dude. He says, "Just roll his ass over," you know. And I wanted to laugh inside, but it's like I'm in such a state,
Yeah.
and that I don't respond to anything, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
But I wanted to laugh, and the girl that was with them, I couldn't see her at the moment. She said she was you know she's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to do that," you know, and because he could get him fired for that. I could have, but I didn't. You know, I thought it was funny too.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, the guy was funny, man. Then when they got me in my room, this old man, it was I don't know what the hell he was in there for, but he was like, "Unlock the door," and he kept over and over. And I'm in my room, and I said, "Shut up," you know, I can't sleep. Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he just keep on. I'm like, so like a couple of days before I left, my door was open a little bit, and they had a guy stationed right at his door. Because he had his old lady in there and they were going at it. She come walking out of that freaking room with a house coat on. Because one of the nurses goes, "Hey, you can't be doing that in here."
oh
I
my.
thought at first what the hell is she talking about?
Was this an old guy?
Yeah, they were old. You know, they were probably in their 70s, man.
Yeah.
I ain't kidding, man. And I thought at first I thought it was the woman that was in the room, but it was the guy. But I don't know what kind of procedure he had done. All I remember was I hear the doors open a little, and I'd see the nurse, and she'd go, "Hey, hey, you can't be doing that in there." And I'm thinking, what are they talking about? Yeah, I kind of had
Yeah.
the thought of maybe they were banging, you know.
Hmm.
And then I saw her walk out of the room with the house coat on. I went, "Oh,
Uh, just
yeah,
when
they
they're
didn't make."
checking out, they should say, "Oh, by the way, we have cameras in the rooms."
Yeah, they didn't make any noise, but I guess apparently wasn't supposed to be doing it for whatever reason. I don't know.
Well, when you're 70, you probably don't make noise.
Well, I thought that to myself. I thought, what's this guy? What the hell is he doing that? And he kept going over. So every time I woke, they had a camera on me because they have one nurse, the third shift nurse. That's her job is to watch
Hey, that's
that.
funny because I would have never thought of doing that. Of course, I've only been in a hospital overnight one night in my life, so you know,
Well,
I guess if you're in
uh,
there quite a while, maybe you have the
but
need. But
when the doors open, when the door, well, they weren't in. He came in there after me,
oh
and he
yeah,
was there when I left. So I don't know what he had done, but I could see the nurse's station when they had the door open,
uh-huh.
and she was looking at the screen. That's her only job was to look at my screen, and she didn't know the door was open. I'm waving at the camera, and she's sitting there like this, like hiding, like I can see her.
Uh-huh.
It never dawned on her that I could see. That's what I was trying to do was get a reaction. So
Oh man,
I was talking to one of the nurses. She's like, I think Japanese descent. At least her name was like that. And she was 27, same age as my son. I said, "Oh, my son's single." And my son comes in there, and she's just staring at him, when he's
yeah,
talking. And when I had to they got me up, and one nurse's job was to watch you from behind, and the other one in the front, so you
uh-huh.
don't fall down. Because my equilibrium was just, I was getting nauseous on the ride home. And my son said he didn't know I told him about it. I told her about it.
Yeah.
He says, "Dad, she wasn't very attractive." I said, "Dude, she makes $45 an hour, man.
Yeah.
She ain't that bad."
Priorities, priorities. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "We all change with age. Uh, you know, uh, a lot of us start out super thin, and we end up
Everyone
bigger.
looks the same when the lights are out.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, I said, dude, because I say this because I said you're like my father. You want to do as little as possible to get through life. So I'm offering you a way to do that. Oop. I got a new message here, man. Hmm. Yeah, storm there, huh? 6
Imagine
degrees.
that. A winter storm in Norway. Who would have thunk it?
6 today, huh? I don't even know what it was here. Well, it was 30 out right now. It's supposed to warm up into the 40s next all the rest of the week into next week is or they forecasted a high of 50 maybe.
Yeah, or 2 days ago, I think it was 68 degrees. Man, I've never
Really?
felt that in February. Yeah, 68.
Well, that
I went
snowed
out
again.
at night to put my garbage cans out, and I
Mm.
thought, man, it's warmer outside than it is in the house.
Yeah, you know what? I used to go to work and when I had my one of my houses before this, and I left the heat on, you know, the regular times and all that, and it ended up costing me. This guy at work says, "Oh yeah, if you have it on constant, it's cheaper that way." And I tried that, and it didn't work for me. So what I did, because I had a program, you know, program thermostat, I would set it during the day when I wasn't there. I'd have it on about 60, and I had it come on up to 68, but I had it come on an hour before I got home. So by the time I got home, it was nice and toasty. And
Now, when your wife was living there with you, did you have to turn the heat up higher?
no,
I mean,
no,
was
no,
she
not at
cold?
all. No, no. You know, it's a when it's a new thing, it's fun. But you know, the year after that, that's when you're like, forget this shit. You know. But
Because like me, I can leave it like at 68 in the wintertime, you know, my thermostat, and that's fine
what?
for me.
Well, the house I had before this, it just didn't hold the heat like this one does. Well, you know, I mean, the bedrooms back in the bedrooms there, they have a lowered ceiling downstairs, the tile kind squares, and they must have put that up. That they built up the rec room when it was. There's no telling those vents, those diverters they have in the ductwork.
Yeah.
My uncle had a problem with his trailer once, and I said he had a basement in his, and northern Wisconsin. I said go down there and turn that wing nut that they got, you know, and turn it so maybe you'll get more of the heat down there at the other end. And I used to go to work. People would say, "Oh, how long you got before your next route?" I said like 3 hours. And they're like, 3 hours? What are you doing here? I said, look, I get up in the morning once enough, and once is hard enough. And when I'd go home, I'd fall asleep, and it pissed me off because I'd have to get up and do it again.
Uh-huh.
So I said, hey, it's a lot warmer here than it is at my house. But I was just like that, man. You know, if I had nothing to go home and do, I mean, the way I work is when I go to work, if I have a working day, that's all I do that day. I don't do any extra. You know, not when you got to get up as early as me and got home as late. You know,
There were
Jamie's back.
times.
Is Jamie back? Jamie, are you going to hang around later on tonight so we can talk to you or no? Yeah, Jamie says hello.
Oh, hiya.
It's been
How you
about
doing,
what,
Jamie?
2-3 months, something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, it's all going good for you. You're out there in Washington State still?
yeah, that's what she said.
Not sure. You can be sure with us. We're not the general boob tube police. Yeah, it's freaking nice in this. I wish I had a bedroom this big. That's just nice.
Well, you do now. It is your
Yeah,
bedroom.
well, I should have got the furniture out of here when I got back because I really could have used both these TVs during football season.
Yeah, now you know how Ronald feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did this. I got rid of that other stuff, and I thought the other day, and I thought, well, it's kind of cold in that room back there. Plus, I thought I had a carbon monoxide leak because the alarm. It was one of those things where it's got a 10-year battery.
Right.
So when it gets to the end of its life,
Yeah, the battery.
but there's it's 5 beeps for this one. If it's 6, then you got some other issue. So I'm sitting here trying to count these fuckers and go, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, because they're not very. It's not very. When it gets after about 2 of them, it gets real quick.
Yeah.
So I said to myself,
was
I want
that
the
5 or
moment.
was that 6?
Yeah. So yeah, I counted. I got to the point where I go, I think it's 5. So I go to Walmart yesterday to buy a pair of jeans, and while I was there, I went and got a carbon dioxide detector, $10. They had various ones, combo ones, or lifetime battery ones. I'll get the $10 one with the two AA batteries in it, and I tested it. So it's that there is no leak. So that's what I was afraid of, that there might be a leak. If there was a leak, I'd have stayed in that bedroom back there because it I don't know where it comes from, but that floor is cold like there's a big hole in the wall. It really is. And I try to look and I can't find nothing. I look at it from the outside. So I thought, well, I'll just stay back there if this is the case. Yeah, you can come up. You can come up later too when we do private too for the other stuff. Yeah, okay. So I thought to myself after I bought that thing, and here I'm trying to. It's a small unit. It's like it almost the size of about the size of a thermostat thing compared to the other one.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put it in the other screws that are there already. I had to put one in because it was a shorter distance. And I kept hitting the button. The fucker was beeping in my, like that ear piercing. I was like, son of a bitch. So I finally, I had to put one up there. I would tap it with a hammer and then go as far as the threads would take it. It's a self-tapping screw. So it had the plastic inserts, but I didn't feel like whipping out the freaking drill because you got to drill a size under that. Oh, here she is in the flesh.
Hello.
Hey.
How's things in the Great Northwest?
They are okay. Can you see me?
Yeah, I just looked at the comments there. I commented on the comment. The comments are here for other people to read.
You're out in the wildlife preserve.
Yeah, I am.
What the hell is this?
It's like Canada's right across there, huh? Across the road.
Actually, yeah, Canada's right down the road from us. I'm up. Go ahead.
You're by Denniston.
Yeah, I guess I'm near Dennis, but yeah, I'm up in Blaine.
No, look, listen, wait a minute. Dennis, you don't have to drop no link because the link is on YouTube. There the link is. I pinned it, as a matter of fact. Okay.
So how's the weather there right now?
It's nice. I'm in long sleeves, I guess. It's probably like 52, 55.
Wow.
You're in Washington State?
I'm in Washington State, yep.
Yeah, the professor was a little shocked to hear that.
Way up north of him. You're almost on the Canadian border, right?
Right, yeah. So technically, if I go right down the road, the San Juan Islands are right in front of us, like a mile down where the beach is at, and Vancouver's just on the other side. I can see it. Or if I go the other way to like my post office, the border's right there too. You can just drive right over.
I think Dennis is over there in Vancouver, that area.
Have you been across the border yet?
Not here, but I did when I was like 19 back in Detroit. My mom took me to a casino.
In winter,
that's not as exciting as going to Italy or across the border or to Sweden. I mean, you're talking about Canada and America. There's really, except the uniforms of the police hats and the speed limits. signs are different. That's about it.
Yep.
So who are you living up there with
Um,
or staying with?
None of
Friends
your
or
business.
family or what?
I'm not to answer that
Hey,
question.
Michael,
Uh,
it's one, but it could be the other.
You don't have
it's
to answer that.
it's not my family. It's somebody I know and his relative, I guess. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to
It's a
like put
friend.
everything out there.
Well,
So
it's a friend then.
a
Yeah.
friend that I like and he likes me, but it's not really going anywhere yet or anything like that. So
Okay.
Okay. A potential suitor.
maybe, but that wasn't the reason why I came up here. The reason why I came up here is because I was in a situation in Missouri where I realized nothing was really going to change and I had to get out of there. So, like I said, I can't go into details.
And you just rented that place too.
Yeah, I threw down all that money, and then something happened, and I just kind of
Hey,
snapped.
Michael.
So
Yeah.
I decided,
Did you
if I
lose all your security deposit and all that stuff?
Yeah, I had to forfeit it, and pay another $2,400. But what I was
Oh,
going
wow.
through,
I
I
would have been like, come find me for it.
no, because I didn't want it to have an effect on the next place I rented, which I'm really glad that I went ahead and just paid everything because I got a house here for rent.
yeah.
So
Oh, that's all right.
Do you get help with the rent?
yeah. So I pay a portion of it, and the people I'm with pay a portion of it, and everybody
Good.
pitches in.
People, more than one, huh?
Good.
Yeah, there's 3 of us, a male and a female.
Yeah.
Good.
So how long has it been? A couple of months now?
Yeah, I left in October or November, so
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Happy New Year, huh? Anyway,
yeah, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
you took yourself off of the messenger there, didn't you?
I got rid of my Facebook. Yeah, it was I think it was an idea from a friend of mine. He said just hit that, if you're really going to reset, hit that reset button. Get rid of your Facebook, that way your ex, he can't message you. So
Go
I got rid of
slow.
Facebook, and I changed my phone number, and I'm just doing what I can to.
So were you being harassed on you messenger before?
I guess, yeah. And
Yeah.
hold on, someone's walking by.
You were getting harassed by people you didn't want to speak to.
Right. So I just said to myself, forget it. I'll just. I wasn't going to get back on Facebook. I wasn't going to create a new account. Someone said, just create a new account, have a couple people on there, start, and just concentrate on yourself. Really try. So I had to.
Well,
It's gone.
we were all very concerned here.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't tell anybody where I was going or what I was doing, and
No,
like it's.
but you kind of could have, but that's what the way you got to live. If that's the way you handle things, then that's the way you handle things.
Well, let's just say I got papers served. So.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What? Boy, that was what.
Well, you ain't the only one, Jamie. I've had that happen to me too.
That's on the private part of this show here.
Right. I'm not going to go into details. It wasn't anything super bad, so I'm not worried.
But still, there's a
Yeah.
couple of us here. We talk to you. We
Right.
don't talk to other people in general.
Right.
Well, at least I hope nobody would feel free to discuss it with a third wheel.
Nope.
So, you liking it up there or no? Is it whatever?
It's okay. It's pretty. But I have tried to leave twice and just kind of stayed, and everyone's like, wait until springtime, the colors will be popping and you'll feel a lot better. It's not like Michigan or anything. This doesn't stay on for months. So
Hey, I'm telling you, man, I am not a dark gray cold weather fan. Period. I live my life by summer weather, and that ain't happening here anymore. It gets harder and harder every year because the sunshine makes me happy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
This bullshit and gray and dark. Man. Uh-oh, there's Michael with his new
There he
haircut. Yeah.
hello, Michael.
Hey, Michael. Good
Well, you got your-
morning. It's 8:30 in the morning.
You got too much liquid in you to talk, or what?
No, the microphone's not working, Michael.
You got that messed up, man.
You got to
So Jamie, are you out in the country kind of setting?
Yeah, so I'm way up north, and
You know what that looks like almost. As soon as you got on your camera, it looked like we're talking to Bud. You know his background.
Is there anybody sneaking down the border from Canada there? Out in the
no,
woods
nobody's
there?
sneaking down the border.
Oh,
Oh, got his Viking mug.
nice. What'd you do? Someone send that to you, or did you order that, Michael?
Oh, he bought that.
I got two of them.
He either just woke up or he's been awake for a while.
Come with it. Wait for a while, and then it didn't
So what-
come. So I got a hold of the company that sent it.
Well, you're still audible.
I received it.
They can still hear you.
Hey, I
It's
can
like-
see the dog's up too. The dog's not.
I'm not hear you. I can understand you. That I should say. So, Jamie, what is up there to do? I mean, what do people work up in that area?
They work at the refineries, and Bellingham
Oh,
and
oil
Ferndale are
refinery,
BP's here, and I was actually thinking about getting a job at a refinery. There's a couple casinos here, and I almost got a job working as a security officer, but the hours weren't going to work out for me, so I declined it. And they
Yeah.
have different processing plants, but I didn't want to come home smelling like seafood. So
See, amigo, nah, yeah. And then if you got dogs in the area, boy, you know them crotch sniffers as it is. You know, freaking dogs, man. You know what? When I was in the factory, and one of our supervisors, we used to all work together before others got promoted. And she was at a house party, and she was dancing. That lady was married to a Spanish dude, Yvonne. I forget her last name, but Yvonne was dancing, and the dog, just German Shepherd, you could hear it smack its teeth. She said because it went like that, and it went took a big lick, and everybody was laughing, but she was super pissed, because it was embarrassing, humiliating,
yeah.
I wouldn't have thought too much of it, but when she told me that the dog took a big lick.
Probably
Hey,
smelled it.
Tony. Hey, Tony. I can give you a little hint. There's a little dial on your wall. You can turn up the heat.
Really? Well, I don't have no dial, man. I got a modern day thermostat there, but I mean,
He's in the digital age.
Michael, you wouldn't believe the advances that American technology has reached since you've been gone. Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, I've got a daughter that lives in Seattle.
Oh, you do?
She hasn't spoken to me in like 4 years.
Thea amigo,
I assume she's still living there.
right?
Last I heard.
Amiga.
She lives in the
Amigo.
city though. Her and her boyfriend live in the city. He works
Oh.
for one
What
of
are
the
you near?
Google or Amazon or
Oh,
something.
yes.
He's a nerd, computer nerd,
Are you far from Bremerton, where Ronald is?
Yeah. that's a
I
good way.
am an hour away from Seattle. I think I'm about an hour away from Seattle.
Oh, Bremerton's east of Seattle, though.
No, it's west.
So-
You gotta take a ferry across, Tony, unless you want to drive all the way down around the bay. Or
What's
whatever
west?
it is.
I thought Bremerton's east of Seattle.
No, Seattle, and then there's a body of water, and then Bremerton's over on the west side of that. From what I understand, I might.
No,
be
no,
wrong.
Seattle's nearest the Pacific coast.
Not necessarily. There's a big old bay in there. Look up a map. Pull up your Google Maps there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
got
bay
like
is
I
Seattle
got like
one
17 screens there, Tony. So pull
when
one
I
up
was
and
in
look
the
at it.
army.
No, but they're not computer screens, though.
Oh,
go
you're
there.
watching cartoons.
Airborne's ass. I had
In
a
the mouth.
date
Oh,
of 50 cal.
what the hell was that? You had a date with a cow.
I confiscated from them
Tony,
because they're idiots. They just
A
left
MIMP?
it started and we took it.
A
Tony,
MIMP?
I'm looking.
Took it back to our platoon leader and
You know, the
it's a gift. We took
oh
the
Lord,
cow off.
So
little
Tony,
Irish,
that's-
Sure did.
little Irish coffee, Michael.
what?
Oh no, it's beer.
Tony,
Yeah.
Yeah. Drinking beer.
your homework for next week is to look at the map and see where Seattle is.
Okay,
It's inland because there's a bay, and then west
Yeah.
of Seattle is
Puget
the
Sound. I think.
Olympic National Park, which is huge, and that's what's
Okay.
on the coast. Okay, so
So
but then Ronald is on the other side of the water from Seattle, so you have to take a ferry
Yeah.
from Seattle
I-
across the bay west to where
I
Ronald
wasn't swearing to the location. I was just approximating stuff anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna have a debate over where.
We're just
Yeah.
taking a wild guess.
Yeah, if you're
Wow.
looking right at it. Yeah, but anyway, the
I
weather's got to
cheated
be.
and looked at my phone.
I think the sunlight's up for an extra hour now, well, 5:30 or something like that now.
I don't know.
Well, it's only what 4:38 where you're at, Jamie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
3
right.
hours. 3 hours behind me.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's what is it here?
2 hours
6:50?
behind Tony.
Two. That's right, West Coast. So you did you apply for any jobs yet, or are you just thinking about?
Several. So I have applied for several jobs and I have gone into businesses, knocking on the doors, filled out applications, went online and filled out applications. I've gone back and checked on some of the applications. And sometimes when I go back to speak to a manager somewhere, they're like, oh, we're not hiring. I was like, well, your job posting says you are. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we should take that down. But it happened
Yeah,
several
well.
times.
Yeah, probably. Eh?
What on
Right.
the computer it says they're hiring?
Yeah, so on the computer it says they're hiring, and sometimes inside their store they'll have hiring now, starting at 17 an hour or 18 an hour, and I'm like, oh, okay, but fill out application and go back in there. Like, oh no, we're not hiring. I was like,
So the ones at the store saying we're not hiring right now that have the sign, and they have a sign up at the store.
yeah, and I
That's-
didn't know this, but like a lot of the retail stores now, they don't hire all year round anymore. Like I tried applying back at Michael's
Yeah.
and told my experience, and she's like, we're not hiring again until October. She said it's something new for us. And I tried with Hobby Lobby, I tried with Ross, TJ Maxx, I've tried the dollar store.
You know what kills me is the fact you're in a store and they have a sign posted that they probably should take it down. Whoever the manager is there isn't paying attention himself or
Right.
It's pretty bad here too, in the Philippines because when they have certain requirements for
Brooks.
certain jobs, they're not allowed to discriminate against age,
Well, we all know that. Yeah.
but they do it. They
Well,
put
sure
the
they
sign up. You have to be 18 to 23.
Yeah. That sexual discrimination there.
That's discrimination. right off the
I-
bat.
I
There's
asked
a
one of
law
my
that says
I-
that they can't do it, but they do it.
Uh-oh. I was talking to one of my brother-in-laws when I was in Manila, and we went to the mall. And he used to work at the Malaysian when he first got up there from Mindanao, and I said, I saw some older ladies there. They're trying to sell you stuff, and I said, "What is the age limit here?" Because I remember seeing those ads the first time I was there. And he says, if that woman is not in management somewhere like that they have to leave when they're 45 years old.
Oh,
Unless they progress, they have to leave. I'm thinking, what kind of shit is that, man? I don't give a shit who's selling the socks. Doesn't matter to me who it is.
right. But I mean,
But-
I had no idea that some industries are like that. Like to be an air traffic controller, you have to apply before you're 30. And they said it has something to do with your eyesight. So-
Frickin' but that and your nerves, man. You're under a lot of you've got just as important of a job as the pilot does.
Right.
Hmm.
You're the one that's directing them into the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
And
know.
if they want you to do a roundabout, then they got to keep all these planes so many
Michael's,
feet apart and all
Michael's
that.
speaking his second language.
What? Yeah,
Well, I'm
turn
just
up
kidding.
the mic and I'll just override over everybody.
There you go. Override him, man. Go ahead. He wants to do it on his work schedule, he
You
says.
quit turning it down. Well, on his time schedule. You know what
His
I mean?
time schedule's whatever. He doesn't mark to the same beat we do. I hardly have ever not been able to get a response from a message to him right after I send it, regardless of what time of the day it is.
Well, I kind of respect some.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you that's how he lives. You know.
Well, that's the way I live. I'm supposed to go to
It's quite that. Michael, it's quite that. Oh, you got the lurkers back on now. Since Jamie come on, everybody's back.
Well,
But
she was over on my channel earlier.
oh, is that right? Huh?
Not on his panel. I snuck in the chat before I had to leave this morning.
Oh, well, lucky you.
I'm like, well, everybody's been wondering where in the hell you been.
Jack.
You disappear.
Hey, Jack.
Yep.
And, that's all I ask. I don't ask too many questions. Where she living,
Michael,
or living like in a city, or
oh yeah.
You said Seattle, so
See what you've been missing there, Jamie.
doesn't mean a certain city. It just means around Seattle.
Well, we weren't asking for map coordinates, Michael. It's okay.
I wasn't.
No, we weren't. We weren't.
Very vague.
General,
Like,
general
questions.
General vicinity.
Yeah. She said Washington.
So what I'm saying for you is when you're up, you keep different
Seattle, around Seattle.
You keep different hours than we do.
Yes.
Michael does too. So Michael, what I'm saying is, if you get on here and you send Christian a message, he's not going to be throwing a bottle of beer at the microphone. If he's awake, he'll answer it. That's what I'm saying. Michael, here's the message.
He has to sleep.
Look at that. If you text him, see?
Everybody has to sleep.
Hi, Jack.
Yeah, he says that, as soon as I'm awake. But I guess he don't have a regular schedule.
Yeah,
I've been trying.
I have to get going now. I have to head back.
We'll head back. Well, back
Later.
to where? What are you camping?
To the house that I live at. So
Okay. You're not coming back the rest of the night tonight, huh?
I can try, but I don't think
Tell
so.
him where we know you more than he does, so you gotta let you.
Hello, Simply.
Okay, Jamie. Good seeing you again.
Hey, Jamie.
Take
Yeah,
care.
thank you. Thanks for coming.
You're
Glad to
welcome. I
see
love
you.
you guys and I miss you.
All right.
Okay.
We
Oh,
love you too, and it's nice to see you again.
yeah,
And,
best wishes to you.
yeah.
Take
Well,
care of yourself. You are number one. Okay?
Okay.
Nobody else.
Hey, Nanette. Hello. Oh, you got a nice thumbnail there now. Nanette.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah. No, why would I? Come on, that's a family hour.
Yeah, you're right. I know you, Tony. You wouldn't do that.
No, not this time, but later on.
Oh, yeah, I know.
If I knew her like Jamie, maybe now. Just kidding. Michael's channel should be called Beers and Cigarettes.
Yeah, I could do that.
Good evening, all.
beers and cigarettes.
So it's a morning there. You've been up all night then, Michael, huh?
Yeah.
So Tony, I've seen that.
Holiday yesterday.
I've seen in the news that the U.S. is going to up their military presence in the Philippines. They're going to be
really?
on bases there, and yeah.
Yeah, they were supposed to do that with the British. They're going
That's it.
to make another naval base there.
Yeah, that's the sorriest thing they ever did was voting the U.S. Army out of there. Now they get to build a new Clark City, but
And New
but
Subic Bay, put all the money back into it.
Yeah, the economic impact there from what was lost when those guys left was astronomical.
Yeah, but it's going to be good for Dice's business, right?
Well, here's how they snuck in the back door again, because the Philippines was leasing the shipyard out. So the U.S. they after all these businesses went under, they come in and go, oh, we'll pay you rent, and they kind of do a little of this, a little of that. Probably more top secret stuff than before, but it's good to see them back.
Well, there was a abandoned Chinese shipyard there,
What?
and in Subic Bay. And,
I told you.
No, that was a U.S. Navy base.
Yeah, that was a naval.
No.
You mean
it was
before
owned
that?
by the Chinese.
The
It's owned
private
by-
companies.
Before World War II, you mean?
No. This is a new shipping place.
Oh Lord.
But the U.S. and British want to go in together because they control the South China Sea. So the Chinese can't do anything.
Right. But since from World War II up to 1990, we had a Subic Bay Naval Station there. So,
Right. There was a 50-year agreement.
And the lease was up, and Mount Pinatubo hit up near Clark, and that kind of solved all the. And they wanted us out anyways. The new regime.
now
But it took them over 20 years to build something finally there.
No, they want them to be. They want us to be.
But anyway, here's how bad. Here's how bad all these countries around there felt when China kept claiming all this stuff. There's billions of dollars worth of natural resources that China's saying it's all theirs. Even Vietnam offered their naval ports to the United States Navy, and we turned them down. And people were saying, well, after they went through what they went through with them, I go, well, look at Japan too, But that shows you that with Vietnam's economy was in such dire straits that they opened it up to tourism, and it's a big boom for them. You can find everything that Vietnam has become is what they fought against back then, Vietnam War and before. Now you're a capitalistic. You got Starbucks, KFC, and all kinds of modern restaurants and fast food places. So
capital communism.
So yeah. We'll fly it underneath the freedom flag, but actually.
It's like everything else. You got members of the big club that you aren't in, and then you got all the peons below it.
And as soon as they opened it up, man, boom, because I saw some videos from some guys over there, and there's a lot of folks happy to see Americans again, or foreigners for that matter. So
be more polite in Korea.
The one bad thing they got over there is they got no freaking pollution control, so they got thousands and thousands of freaking oil burning scooters littering the streets with this big, like a LA fog type of thing. Won't utter crap, huh? Who's Johnny Woodsman? Is that won't, W-O-N-T?
We don't know. We can't see the chat from here.
What
Or
other crap?
Whoop. You can you can see it on, right
Won't.
there.
What other crap?
That's spelled like I'm just envisioning Michael saying that.
It's what other crap?
Oh, so you can decipher
Yeah,
a
you gotta-
misspelled word.
Hey! If we're not going to get technical with points on the map, we won't get technical about spelling properly either. Okay.
No, I thought maybe that was. I thought maybe that was.
I thought we allow all academic levels on this. panel.
Oh,
Excuse
academic freedom. Wow.
Tony was confused for a minute. Look, yeah, I can decipher that stuff.
Michael in a scrambled way, he figured it out.
Yeah.
Did you have scrambled eggs for breakfast, Michael?
No, I haven't ate
Oh.
anything.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
you don't get the food too much.
Hey, I found some macaroni and cheese.
There you
Michael don't have to take no X-Lax because
go. No, it's just liquid diet.
it's a liquid shit all the time. Cleans up better too, huh?
You don't need any of that apple cider vinegar, huh, Michael?
I got no time for that. He should drink that too. That would be his liver would love that.
You don't need to.
Is that supposed to help the liver, Tony?
Yeah, it detoxes your liver.
Okay.
If you
Yeah,
watch
sure.
if you
Beer
watch
your liver.
how you freaking mute this dude. So here's what when you first start taking that, your crap will be green. That means it's working because it's taking all that nasty shit out of it. So it functions normally. Okay.
I haven't had green since the day I was born.
You haven't had green? Well, you might have, man, not even have known it.
Oh my goodness.
I'll have to have the inspector check it out next time.
Well, you gotta sniff it first.
Oh, Lord.
Michael,
Oh.
remember, I can't smell.
Yeah, that's right.
Lucky you.
So if he wears his shorts for 2 weeks straight, he wouldn't know whether they were funky or not.
Well, that's why I have a wife here. Yeah,
She tells you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go wash your ass.
Yeah. No wash your
I
nuts.
can't smell.
I think we're gonna take this. I think I should probably advertise upcoming videos on my ticker there instead. Hey, Michael, why don't you ever promote my channel on yours? You took my ideas of the scroller.
What? You're not on my scroller?
Well, no, I'm not. Of course I'm not.
Then I'll put it on there. No problem.
I had yours on there for a
Michael, I can
while.
honestly say I never looked at your scroller, Michael.
Not his scrotum, his scroller.
Down at the bottom
Okay,
of the
thanks.
screen of every channel.
I'm glad Tony clarified that.
Yeah, eh?
Doesn't really do anything, really.
I'm like the go between him, him and you.
Oh, Kiko, I know where how he lives.
What the hell did you just say? What the hell's that?
I know
Mike-
where Kiko lives.
I was gonna buy myself a new microphone here, but I heard I can only I got my carry-on full of my camera equipment that I don't want to run the risk of
No,
having
don't mess with it. Your audio is fine right now. Don't.
No. I'm talking about when I get there. I like the microphone like Michael's got.
It's a V8.
I'll wait till I get there. Is what I'm saying because I could buy one at Amazon right now. Except the problem is that it might not be in my luggage when I get there.
Michael looks like he has his own official radio talk show with that microphone in front of him.
Yeah, what do you got in the background? What does that say? Happy what?
Birthday.
Whose birthday?
Who do you think?
Well, I don't know. There's 4 people in the house, ain't there? Wife's got a birthday, I'm sure.
75 years old, Tony.
Who?
Oh,
Me,
How old are you?
75
No shit.
dyslexic.
in 2 weeks.
He's a dyslexic 75.
Oh, he's 57. Huh?
He's a Heinz
50s.
model.
Pico, doesn't 57
50.
seem like a
57,
decade ago?
right. Yeah. Doesn't that feel? Isn't that pretty bad when you got to wish that you were back in your 50s?
Fuck yeah, eh? My God.
Hey,
You know
don't
the
get-
problem, the
Go,
problem
sir.
is you have these all these things that nagging off and on, hurts this and that. But when you start getting toward the end of your 50s, this shit starts staying with you all the time.
What was it? 2 days ago, we had that nice weather.
Mhm.
There you go.
Okay. I
Watch, I'll
changed.
go to the bathroom,
Oh,
and then you can see how old I'll be.
All right.
Okay, go to the bathroom now. I don't want to watch his shit and they're pissing, but just
2 days ago when it was nice out,
there you go.
I did
Okay.
the rear brakes and rotors on
Mhm.
my car and the front brakes and rotors on my wife's SUV.
Mhm.
So I got them both done. But after that, man, I felt my back was, and my back never hurts me, but I was stiff from bending over all day,
Here's what I moved this furniture like I had a spinal stenosis thing with the discs too. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I did any kind of lifting. So me and my son carried out those 2 love seats, the recliner, and the kitchen. I did the kitchen stuff myself because I could roll that table. And the next day, man, the next since then, every morning I wake up, my back feels like jello down there. My muscles.
Did you
You
just
know.
get rid of love seats, or did you get rid of a lot of other stuff too?
I just
Like you
said
were
though.
talking about
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
dining
yeah.
room.
Well,
Really?
kitchen, the living room furniture, the kitchen table. I can't get rid of that roll top. It's too damn heavy for anybody
So
to take.
you gave it all the way to charity then, huh?
I gave it to charity. Yep.
All right. So
And
when are you planning on leaving?
I'm not
For the
sure yet.
Philippines? No?
Probably. I wanted March, but we'll see.
So what are you going to do with the 2 cars in the garage?
Sell them.
Have you started that procedure yet?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'll sell them to
Yeah.
an auction or something. It don't matter.
So your prized possession?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they again? They're both Camaros.
Yeah, I got the 2010. It's 12 years old. I have 4,500 miles on it.
Automatic. Or,
Stick manual.
okay. What color is that one?
Yellow.
Oh, with black interior, right?
Black interior, black stripes. It has a
What kind of
moon roof.
wheels?
I don't know. It's a stock, whatever. It's not
Stock
nothing extra.
wheels. That's a 2010.
Yep. Brand new. It sold for 27,000.
Okay. And what's the other one? An automatic Camaro. What year?
Yeah, the convertible's a 2012.
Oh, it's convertible.
It's got the yellow one's got 4,500 miles on it. The convertible's got 47,000, something like that.
So what kind of engines are in each one?
They're
Six
sixes.
or eight?
They're 3 point. They're sixes.
They're both 6s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the camera I got 2007. That was 27,000. It was brand new because that XLE heated seats and all that.
Which one? You're giving one of them to your son, right? Which one are you giving him?
No, he's not getting any one of these.
Oh, he's not getting your Camry either.
No, he doesn't want that other one. I offered it to him, but
So the Camry's a '07, you said?
yeah,
How many miles is on that thing?
it says 63,000, but I think it's over 100 because the odometer reading is not required anymore.
So, is the odometer broke or what?
No, it's not broke. And when you get over a certain amount of mileage here, they're exempt. You're exempt from.
Yeah, but your odometer still ticks over. I mean,
Well,
there's
that I
digital
meant.
odometers on there.
Yeah. No, they're
What's the
digital.
odometer on the dash say? Per mile?
63 something, 62,000 something. But when you roll it over, it's not going to say 163.
Well, those ones had a digital spot for the hundreds column. The 07.
I don't know, whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's
Anyway.
it was an XLE brand new, and that's the one I was telling you about, the leather headrest that was all scratched up because that was probably
Oh,
from
'cause
some.
you bought it used, right?
Yeah.
And
It's
they
probably
had a dog or something, right?
yeah, right. One of them poodle bastards, you know.
And what you said was green with a tan interior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leather. Yep. Heated seats. Those are nice.
Does it still run for you well?
Sunroof. Oh yeah. It starts up right away.
And that
You know
yellow Camaro, it's just been sitting there, huh?
Just sitting
Like
there. Yeah.
it's not up on blocks, so the tires are 12 years old and the
Yeah, everything.
battery's dead.
I gotta get a new
Battery.
battery. Yeah.
Wow.
I drove it last summer. The year before that.
The yellow one?
Yeah,
Do you
both
have
of them.
do you have covers on them or
No.
no?
No. Car wash take care of that. The engine bay
But
and that.
It doesn't get too dusty in there.
Well, the car's covered with dust,
Oh, okay.
but the engine compartment, Kiko's like brand new. You get the barcode tags are white.
Yeah, with that kind of mileage, I'm sure it is.
Well, you can tell they're not. You can tell that engine's not steam clean because when you steam clean, it bubbles up that tape.
Yeah.
A barcode tape, labels or whatever. Who the hell's got that ding in? Is that you, Michael?
Yeah, he's got people calling him all over the place.
Look,
Oh my
I'm
God!
so goddamn famous, Tony.
I
I
know
just
you're so popular.
everybody. Everybody
9 o'clock in the morning, man. Michael's
going like hell.
Yeah, he's running his live stream so his wife will make more money on for the house.
No,
When
I
you
don't
gonna
get.
When you gonna get that house, man?
Well,
you need to start a
this is-
GoFundMe.
Yeah, there you go.
that's what I need to do. Start a GoFundMe. Make
Like if all
somebody
your
else.
million subscribers would just give $1 each, you'd be all right.
I don't have 1 million subscribers. I only have
Come on.
2,136.
Okay, then they all got to give you a couple $20,000, and you'd be all right.
Well, no, I don't even need that much.
If you got $1 a day for a week, you'd have a lot.
$100 a piece.
For each
I'd
of them.
be like going $100, one time shot, done.
Nah.
It goes to my wife's bank account. I don't get to touch it. Or anything.
You don't get to touch anything of your wife's, do you?
Bullshit. I'm the one that has to draw the dollars out of the dollar account.
Oh.
So I do actually get to touch the money.
So what do you guys shake hands before you go to sleep? Not the money maker, Michael, the money.
My wife said, screw YouTube.
Oh yeah.
and throw away 10,000 some pesos,
Wow.
$168
Hmm.
that I worked my ass off for.
What did they do?
No.
They took it away from you.
Well, they did. Ronald got mad. Oh, my $50 and just went to YouTube. No, I haven't even
Fuck you.
started fighting. I didn't even know my monetization button was off. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't worn that Winker hat in a long time. There,
I don't I don't look at my channel. I just look at the StreamYard channel.
I don't even look at that. What's that social blade? I don't even look at that. Been a long time since I looked at it. I should say. Yeah, whenever you see a minus in front of your number, there you got a problem.
No, they took it away because they didn't verify my account.
They did it to a lot of people, man.
And
There's a everyday part of life guy, and they took his. They said that he was putting out other people's material on his, calling it his own, when in fact that was all bullshit, and he can't figure out why. You know.
look, there's a lot of things that you can do as far as copyrights and all this and that. You can remove it, you can cut it, you can
Gee, Dennis, man,
trim
it's like,
it, and
it's like
collapse
Chris
it.
Jr.
What? There's a lot of things you can do, but this one video, I can't get rid of the song.
You can mute that. They'll do it for you.
No, because it was over.
They did it for me. They said you can do it or we can do it. I let them do it.
If you're under 5 hours or 6 hours, I don't know what the cutoff is. But if you're over that and you're 11 hours, you can't do it on YouTube Studio.
No.
So your only choice is to dispute it. So you dispute it.
Mike,
I think it should be free.
Michael, this guy had nothing to do. He had nothing to do with what they were saying he did. All his stuff was his own. It wasn't from anybody else's. You know, like the Hard Day at Work stuff that Christian had.
The melody of the song.
He don't have no song. I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
It's not the word; it's the melody.
Okay, I'm talking about another situation though.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that guy made his own videos. Didn't borrow anything from anybody, and tried to ask them again, and they denied him again. So he can't figure out. He said, "What did I borrow from?" I don't know. They won't give him an explanation, specific explanation, you know. But
this is the way it works. If you dispute, and that's your only option, you dispute it. They have 30 days to reply.
Yeah,
they don't reply, then you can monetize it.
They replied to him, but they didn't. They just replied to him with a different way of saying all this stuff wasn't yours that you put on there.
Because they ain't gonna dispute it.
He disputed it.
Huh?
That YouTube demonetized him.
Right. It was eligible to be monetized.
And he asked why, and what they said it had not. He wasn't borrowing anything from anyone.
So
they were saying that he took stuff and put it on in his videos and called it his own. When in fact that was a lie. And he asked for clarification. They just they just used another different words to say that he doesn't, his stuff didn't belong to him. All of his stuff didn't belong to him.
That's my thing. If I do 11 hours, that's 11 hours of work. I want to get paid for it. I don't care if it's 6 pesos.
But ain't you supposed to run ads?
Huh?
You don't have to run ads. You don't make videos anyway, do you?
No, I do all live streams, mainly. Garo said, remember when Garo said that one live stream? I'll get to 1,000 before you will because I have more videos. I still have about the same amount of videos. I have more live streams.
I mean, you don't make videos with regularity though. You don't have that many on there.
Look, and that's when I had 200 subs. You know what I mean? Now I got 2,136 subs.
That sounds like Gary.
Where's Gareth at?
Gary just need
600 and he's still holding it 685, 87.
YouTube's too crowded. It's too crowded. It's too crowded, and everybody on here wants everybody to watch their stuff. If you're making a real serious attempt at making money off YouTube, you don't have any time for anybody else's channel.
Unblock the whacking wanker.
What's that?
Unblock the wanker.
No.
So what? You can just type. You don't have to put him on the panel. Just unblock him. He's a nice person.
Oh
You
yeah.
just gotta understand the British. They're wankers. You get it, Tony?
Oh yeah.
Look, the more subscribers you get, the more headaches you get. And that's just the way it is.
Hey, Michael, did you ever get anybody stop by your door earlier about your dog? Or was that
No.
just someone making a stink on there?
What happened to his dog?
Kiko, that dude ain't coming over to my house and knocking on my goddamn door.
What did your dog do? What did your dog?
Poo-pooing on his grandmother's front stoop.
You show him. You go over there and shit on his grandmother's lawn.
I'm like, I'm awake. Come over here.
That's my point. He needs to identify it.
Yeah.
Prove who it came from.
Yeah, if it has worms in it, then you need to take him to the vet.
It don't have worms. My dog's well taken
If it was
care of.
green, he was drinking apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
I think he had too much tuba.
I like those videos of animals that piss on a low voltage electric fence, get zapped, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Here, hold these two wires.
I
Okay,
think
plug it in.
Gary's got subs. He just needs watch hours, right?
Huh?
I said Gary's got subs, but he needs watch hours, I think.
Oh,
You know Gary.
I know Gary. I talked to him earlier.
There you go.
I don't ask him about his channel or nothing. I don't even know how many subs you got.
412, I think.
Look it up. It's the watch hours, and I took a survey yesterday morning for
I do
YouTube,
the- I
and
do
I
these.
said 1,000 sub requirement and 4,000 watch hours.
Uh-huh.
Garbage. Why? What? But they'll put, since you don't have 4,000 watch hours and you can't get monetized, they don't have to pay you, but they still put ads on your videos. That's why I didn't do videos for a long time. When they changed that rule, I didn't do no more videos.
Yeah.
I post what I want to post, and that's it. Other than that, I do live streams.
Well, I only do this so I can be graced with the presence of you guys once in a while here. That's the only reason I do this. You know,
Well, I'm getting so famous now.
famous.
Yeah.
You should have a watch. You should have a like everybody puts a dollar in there and says when will be the next time that Michael sounds coherent.
Look, YouTube,
that?
give me this.
What, a broken watch?
No, it works.
Hey, it's right twice a day.
That's right.
So you can tell
Yeah,
when the bladder's full, it's time to go piss. That's what it tells you.
Look, it works.
Well, I don't know, man. That went off.
They,
Why did YouTube send you that?
2,000 subs?
Oh, you get that for 2,000 subs. Everybody gets a watch. I got like a $2 watch.
No, you got to know the secret of how to get it.
Whoa! But he's not going to tell us because YouTube will hear him.
That's right. I ain't telling anything. I work for it.
Sons
I
of
got
bitches. All right, those sons of bitches.
Yeah,
Or is it
they
because
are
you
humming
bought
bitches. They are humming
because
us.
you bought a microphone from Lazada? You got a free watch.
No, that watch broke That watch is worth more than the microphone. What the heck is that?
My freaking battery running out. I thought I plugged this sucker in, man. Yeah. Ooh. Man, it's some bitch. Oh. I did have it plugged in. I just,
Yeah, I'm Block Slayer. They in the chat.
I had it plugged in. I just had my phone plugged into it. That's all.
Unblock Slayer.
Huh?
Unblock Slayer.
Well, here's Jack. Jack, come because it's on his private time. Dennis, you talk to Christian, and then Christian will explain to you why. No.
Hello, Jack.
What's up?
So,
Hey,
man,
that's
we're gonna make this Jack show. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Boy.
Hey, well,
Yeah,
we'll keep Whitey down here at the other Whitey.
Are neighbors keeping it
This is
quiet,
like a-
Jack? I don't hear the neighbors. They behaving themselves?
Oh, the brother's in charge now. You ain't allowed to speak unless you're spoken to, Kiko.
Kiko's talking to Jack, man.
You can't do that unless Jack speaks first.
My answer
Jack
back
made
is,
it.
beer.
Jack made it just in that time by the hair of his chinny chin chin.
Oh, are you about to go
Hey.
private?
Yeah, we
Hey.
were over 2 hours now, man. That's,
See, Jack, they changed my damn thing on behind me.
It should be 75.
Not yet, no.
ha ha ha! What? I'm a child of God, huh?
Oh, I'm so happy
Fucking
for
get
you.
out of town.
No kidding, Dennis. You were in Naga?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, really? A long time ago, huh?
That'll never happen from me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you'll never go to Naga anyways, right?
No, I've been there before. I've been there before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was there before
Right.
Chris.
You've been
I
around.
like it there, man. My wife's father's family's from up there, Bico region, and when we went up there, we were sitting across the street from McDonald's by that square, that park, and we we both looked at each other. I said, "Man, I like it here." We were both impressed with. She said the people are a lot more helpful there than where she's from.
Really?
Yeah,
Better
so
Better than
Yeah.
this one, huh?
yeah, and that was the first. That's the vibe I got from it was the same thing she was feeling. You know, loved it there. I had pictures. I got pictures of that church from across the McDonald's is right next to the across the street from the square. And me and my wife are at the SM Mall there, and she says, "Well, let's take a motor. Oh, they call them motors in Butuan, the trike, you know." She said, let's take a trike over to the mall." I said, "It's right over there. It's across the freaking street, man." We walked. It took us what 3-4 minutes to walk there, man. But
You
a
know what
bus,
I'd like to see Baguio City.
Baguio,
Mountains.
Baguio.
I'd like to see where it's cooler.
Yeah,
Try it
but
out.
Valencia is like that too. But
It's nice.
Dumaguete and Valencia is like Steve Montelli used to do his channel. He said there's way too many foreigners there.
Well, Baguio is. If you get up by Camp John Hayes or whatever it is there.
Okay.
It's presidential. There's the presidential summer home.
Yeah, I had a good friend I served with in the military. He got orders there at Camp John Hay, and he was a single guy from D.C.
So Dennis,
It's
Dennis,
right.
Loved it.
you go ahead and talk. I'll just run to Dennis. Dennis,
Camp
so
It's
did
right.
Chris think you were like 4 foot tall? Go ahead and talk. I just reading
Okay.
Dennis.
Camp John Hay used to be.
King John Hay.
No, it's a military barracks.
King John
from
Hay.
World War II. But
King John Hay.
if you
Korean.
live around that
Hey,
area,
hey. Kim Jong. That sounds like the North Korean guy.
Yeah,
area there,
What the fuck is this?
all these hills and the streets are like windy as shit
Okay, man.
on the side of the damn
He's
mountain.
What the
But it's definitely cooler.
help, help, help.
Freezing rain, dude. It was freezing rain up there.
Oh,
Really?
Um,
make your nipples hard, huh?
I left from Manila where it's like 80 degrees, 85
Vietnam vets, so I have nothing on you when it comes to flashbacks.
I thought we were talking about Seoul.
Yeah.
Old Korea.
You're back in Manila.
Hey, you gotta mute yourself, somebody, Bud or Jack.
Somebody's got the extra YouTube channel on.
Random meeting, random, yeah.
Got the echo chamber.
Thousands of people celebrating on the street. That must have been like That must have been like Churchill meeting Stalin or something, huh? Yeah. Meant to be, huh? You wouldn't.
Yeah,
You didn't have to be. You didn't have to be strolling around. You know.
that's how popular he is there.
Yeah.
The Canadian Baconator.
Well, there he is with the pink, that salmon-colored jacket and the white pants. Yeah.
So how tall are you, Dennis? Don't give us in centimeters either. Tell us the real deal.
He's 4. He got to be 4'5", man. You should have told him you don't look as fat in person.
Like a Gurkha.
The fuck is it? Hey, Kiko, them Vietnam vets ain't got nothing on him when it comes to flashbacks, huh?
No, no way.
Well, he definitely tuned into something.
Yeah, we need a Brit up here to break up the monotony.
6 feet. Well, a stunning 6 foot. Oh, my God. Well, you're like 5 foot tall, though, right? That you, Michael?
They didn't call me a tunnel rat for nothing. Believe
It
me.
must have been a bitch to take a swig out of a bottle when you're in the tunnel there.
So how tall are you, Tony?
5'9", 5'10",
No. I'm only
4-inch
5'7".
spikes. Oh, Dennis, you must have had on that bitch wig that Christian had.
There you go.
Huh?
Yeah.
They had that blonde.
And fishnets.
He had them pumps on them fuck me shoes they call them.
Stilettos.
Yeah. my first wife used to call them fuck me shoes.
Yeah,
'Cause
you can be all
they sound like a bunch of Clydesdales coming down the road, you know.
Look,
So-
out of the kindness of my heart, Tony, I'm going to give you a white.
You are? Oh man, it's pretty slow for it. Oh Lord.
Mighty
Pink.
big of you, Michael.
What a little heart I have left. It took it all.
You got fun a lot, huh?
Takes 2 hours to earn his like.
But no, you know what it was, Dennis? It must have been the earring. It must have been the earrings. That had to have
I'm
been
very earring.
I got one pretty tooth he got.
it. Glean. We had a guy at work. We had a guy there at work named Jack, and this guy was a fanatic about cleanliness and everything. And his teeth looked like all these perfect white teeth. And we said, you're the kind of guy where when you smile, you get that little gleam, you get that little star. Jack, his name was Jack. God, I forget his last name, but he got assaulted one night, sort of. He said he was on a bus route with he picked up a bunch of faggots, you know, and he said this one guy grabbed his crotch. And I said, and Jack, you know, he said he was mad. I said, Jack, tell me the truth. You felt a little naughty there, didn't you? I mean, you know, for a split second, you started to uncoil, right? Like, I used to call him a twataholic.
Twataholic.
Yeah, he's a twataholic, man. That guy loved women. He wanted me to be his wingman a couple times. I said, man, going in these places where they're all dolled up, you know. I mean, serious, you know. Nah, I said, I ain't gonna do that shit.
Fun. But we had fun.
I said, well, you know, if I'm your wingman, you gotta cut me in on something, man. Hey, Nanette's still here.
Nothing.
Okay.
You're just
We
a
gotta-
wing.
We gotta clean up the.
Are we going private here soon or what?
Oh yeah, that's right. Is that you, Michael? The
What?
feedback dude?
No.
No. Not me.
You what? Challenge you to bring up the Slayer, huh?
You got to double dare him.
I'll tell you, and I'll only tell you one time, in case you missed it. If he can square it with Christian, then I'll bring him up. Then and only then. Yeah, double dog dare me, huh? You do that, and then we're all good.
What did you do to Christian? Christian.
No, I'm not gonna rehash that shit here, Michael.
Hey,
Let's go private first, and then you can go.
But I'm a person, that
well, some things can be
Anyway,
said, and
thank you, thank everybody in the background for coming tonight.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next week. So,
We love a captive audience.
yes, very, especially when we're having a jubilant time.
All
Boy, you're
three of
catching
you.
up to me. Number
Okay.
7.
See you next week. Thank
All
you.
right. Good.
Now we can go. Bye bye.